Hi, my name is Liz. I have auditory processing disorder, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about my Able Kids ear filter. To start off with some general knowledge about my experience, I've had my filter for about 5 years now, and it's been incredibly helpful to me, and I just really wanted to share more about that and describe in my own words how I feel the filter works and what my first experiences were like, and just some general knowledge that isn't really out there. So let's get into it. So let's talk about what the filter does. The way I see it, the filter puts noise in the background for you. And I think it does that by telling your brain what sounds are actually important. Because before the filter with APD, all of the sounds hang out right up here. Everything is super important. The person talking to you is important. The noise, the music in the background is important. The people talking behind you in a booth is important. Your brain thinks everything is important. But with the filter, it moves all of the extra stuff back here. So the music is back here now. Other people chit-chatting, that's back here now, and the person you are talking to stays in the front. And basically I'm describing what it's like to hear background noise. But for someone who's never experienced it, it's really neat. And it's been a really great experience to be able to have all of that sound just in the background now. Now, when I first got my filter, I did not notice a difference right away. It took me about 2 weeks to notice a difference for myself. But what's really important is that my family noticed a difference immediately. The minute I put this filter in my ear, they could tell a difference. And the way they could tell is that I was speaking with a normal volume of voice, because I used to talk extremely loud all the time. I still don't really get it because my voice still sounds the same to me when I talk with my filter in versus when it's out. But apparently it makes a really big difference. And knowing that other people can tell a difference is really helpful, because in the beginning, I really couldn't tell a really significant difference. The way I describe it is I knew in those first 2 weeks something was happening. Things were different, and but it was I don't know, it's just kind of this, something was shifting in there. But I really couldn't put my finger on what was happening for a couple of weeks. For those first couple of weeks, it was actually really hard to wear the filter. And those first couple of weeks, I did not wear the filter full time. And I wanted to wear this filter full time because people were telling me it was working. And I want it to work for me so bad. And I wanted to wear that. But I just couldn't, because it was a really overwhelming experience. So I would just wear it for a couple hours at a time until I got more used to it. And or I would just wear it out in public. But it's important to wear it because your brain needs that time to to learn how to process sound with it in. And then after that couple of weeks, I still can't really describe what happened, but something just clicked in my head, and it was all smooth sailing from there. And even now I can tell a difference when I take my filter in versus when I take it out. In the beginning, I couldn't tell a difference at all. But now I notice a pretty big difference when it's out versus when it's in. But that takes a little bit. And then after that couple of weeks, once I got to that point where I could tell a difference and my brain wasn't as uncomfortable with learning, I wore it full time. And I wear it full time now from the time I get up to the time I go to bed, because it is so helpful. The filter is helpful in really all situations because all situations have background noise. I notice a particular difference when I'm outside, listening to music, running errands in the car, and then at work and at school. I do have a blog post that talks really specifically about my experiences with those things as they were happening when I got my filter. That'll be linked below. I'm not going to talk about all of those experiences because I tried to do that and that video was extremely long. So we're going to talk in more general terms, and I want to talk more about how it works socially, because that is where it makes a really impactful difference. For me, having this filter has been so incredible. It's been life-changing. The amount of interactions I've been able to have in a moving car, at restaurants, at a mall, being able to talk like on a grocery trip, being able to listen to music and talk about what I thought of the music other than it's too loud and annoying is just so, like, incredible. Like, I can't even describe how life-changing it's been because I've been able to have more conversations with people. Because I have that chance to have a conversation now that all that noise is in the background now, and I can focus, my ears can focus on what's in front of me. And that is so valuable and has been such a life changer for me. And I really wish I had more words to describe how incredible my experience has been having a filter and how life-changing that's been. So another example would be with my filter, I can realize that, like, okay, someone's talking and they're giving instructions. How about I try to pay attention to that? Or I realize, oh, they're just chatting about something and it's really not that important. Like, I don't have to listen as hard because I can understand when people are speaking. It also gives me the opportunity to listen and realize if something's important or not. And having that opportunity to, like, realize that maybe not everything they say I have to write down, or not everything they're saying is an instruction, is really helpful. And I am just really grateful that the filter gives me the opportunity to interact and to understand what's happening. One more thing I want to get into before I wrap this up is I think it's important to realize that the filter gives an opportunity to understand, and that having that opportunity does not necessarily guarantee understanding. And I really struggled with that because I felt like, well, if I can, now I know someone's talking to me, and granted, I do understand a decent amount of what people are saying, but I still miss some big parts sometimes. And I had a really hard time that, like, why would I misunderstand? Because I know they're talking to me now. But I think what's really key here is realizing that two kind of opposite things can be true at the same time. And those opposite things are, I have this filter and it's life-changing and it really helps me. And I still have struggles. And that's the thing. I still struggle. And that was hard because I couldn't understand, why do I misunderstand things? And really the short of it is I misunderstand things because I still have APD. And the filter is here just to help with background noise. And that's huge because for me, background noise is like my biggest deficit. That's my biggest issue. But it also left me room to realize once I dealt with that issue is I still have a lot of other APD issues. And that this is just here to help with the background noise. And just because I still misunderstand doesn't mean the filter doesn't work. It just means I still have a disability. So to wrap this all up, the filter is just so incredible. I'm just really happy with how well it works for me. I love that I have the opportunity to interact more, and like I've had so many interactions with people that I wouldn't have been able to have if I didn't have my filter. And I'm also just really grateful that I can be comfortable in public spaces because all of that background noise is background noise now, and it doesn't interfere with my life anymore. And I really wish I had more words to describe how incredible that is. And I just feel so happy and lucky that I was able to go and get this filter. And I'm just so happy with how well it works for me. And if you guys have any more questions, feel free to leave a comment and I'll do my best to answer them. I try to keep on top of these comments even though videos get kind of old. But I'm here, and if you would like a longer video about more specific experiences, just let me know and I'd be happy to make it because I really love getting to talk more about APD and helping people learn about things that could potentially help them or their family. I really hope this helps somebody out there, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!